Welcome to the Hemlock State Explorer. Today we are at a special place in a ravine of the Codorus Creek, where the Codorus Creek flows into the Susquehanna River at Codorus Furnace, which is what you see before you. Codorus Furnace is the oldest remaining iron furnace in York County, and as you can see, it's unique among the iron furnaces that I have seen in that it has a cylindrical stack and that brick cubicle at the top with pipes coming out. Let's zoom in, take a look at that. It's interesting, haven't seen anything like that. But the purpose of that was to, one, protect workers from the fumes that would come out the furnace as they were dumping in or charging the three components needed for iron making. Iron ore, charcoal, and limestone. And also, as you can see, and we'll get a better look up there, the pipes coming out were for the hot blast. And when we go up there, you'll see that there are pipes that would carry hot air from the combustion in the furnace to that cubicle, and then the blast air would be heated as it passed through the cubicle into these holes here, the tweers. And let's see if we can get a look inside of here. It's dark. Let me turn on the flash. There we go. This is what it looks like. You used to be able to go inside of here, but it's now blocked off in the front. So that's inside Codorus Furnace. Can we look up? No, can't look up the stack. Anyway, we'll turn off the flash and come out of there. Alright, let's walk around the front of Codorus Furnace. Yes, you used to be able to go inside here, but after over 200 years you can see there's some bending of the metal bars there holding up the brick. So can't go inside. Yeah, there's a road right behind us, so we're going to hear some traffic sounds. Not much can be done about this. But look at that brickwork, the stonework. And right here is where trenches would be dug in the sand that would have been here, and the iron, the molten iron, would be tapped and flow out into the trenches, a main trench with side trenches coming off that look like piglets suckling at a sow, hence the term pig iron. Yeah, a lot of traffic here on account of the road, but there's the furnace. We'll zoom out a bit. Wonderful. Let's take a look around this side. So let's turn around and go up the hill and explore further. We'll just back up, get one more view of the furnace from this perspective. Alright, so this is where we're gonna go, up the hill. And we'll get some views of the furnace as we're traveling up. Yeah, lots of traffic here today. It is a beautiful day. And you can see the metal bands around the stonework of the furnace. I guess we're not supposed to go up on the structure. That sign's been knocked down. Let's just pan up here. Really interesting shape with the cylindrical stack and that stone lip at the top. So you see, here's a stone structure up here, some steps. So what this would have been used for is, well, let me back up. All these iron furnaces, if you've noticed, they're built on the sides of hills, and then there would be a ramp, or from the hillside there would be a bridge that would go from this stone structure we're standing on top of. Watch out for the poison ivy. But there would be a ramp that would lead from here up to the top of the furnace, where the raw materials, iron ore, lime, and charcoal, would be charged into the furnace by workers hauling wheelbarrows. And I want to point out to you a couple things. Number one, you'll see a lift right there to help lift materials up to the furnace. And then two, as we mentioned before, you can see some pipes inside that brick cubicle. Again, the purpose of that was to radiate heat from the furnace to heat up the air that was going to be blasted into the furnace through water-powered bellows. And then that heated air would raise the temperature when it was blasted into the crucible. Fascinating structure. And again, I say this on a lot of videos with the iron furnaces that we love. This at one time would have been high tech and most certainly necessary for the development and growth of our nation. I believe in addition to all the other metal things that would have been needed for daily life, cannon would have been manufactured here that would have been used in the Revolution. So there's a trail up here. Let's see what we can find. These furnaces obviously needed a lot of support and infrastructure around them, so I'm hoping we'll find some evidence of other structures. I already see a stone wall directly ahead, and then a big pile of rubble to our left. So let's take a look at this stone structure. Interesting. You see that? I'll get a little closer. And it goes up the hill. Looks like here is a corner of the structure. And then it goes to our left a ways. Go underneath some of this brush. Okay. Whoops. Got hung up on a branch. And then here's another wall, it looks like, of this structure. So it's a stone structure. Long ways is facing the furnace that way. So perhaps this was a storage shed for the raw materials that workers would transport from here down where you see that railing. I'll zoom in. That's the railing, the wooden railing where we just came from. So that would be a direct line to the bridge that would have led to the furnace. So I'm not certain, but I'm thinking that this might have been the storage shed. It makes sense. Well, we tramped around the brush for a while and there were many trails through it, but we didn't find anything other than that stone structure that I'm surmising was the storage shed. So here we are back at the hill, the edge of the hill next to Codorus Furnace. We'll make our way back down, and I've heard that there are some other structures on the side of Codorus Creek associated with the furnace, so we'll go take a look at those. We took a path directly across from the parking lot down an embankment that leads us to Codorus Creek, and I don't see any structures down here, but I just had to share this with you. Look how beautiful this is. And what a time of year. Look at the golden sunlight through those sycamore leaves changing colors, panning down Codorus Creek. This is beautiful. And then the rock slab leading into the creek. And then there's a bridge down here. But anyway, that's Codorus Creek. So, although this didn't yield any historic structures, it is beautiful, but not to worry, there's another trail we can take, and hopefully that'll lead us somewhere. When I visit iron furnaces, one thing I keep a lookout for is slag glass, and that's what you see right here. This was a byproduct of the iron making process, and really is the melted minerals and sands and rock in the intense heat comes out molten and then forms this glass-like material when it hardens. Some slag glass is actually quite beautiful. I've seen reds to sky blues to turquoise to green. This one here looks to be a relatively unexceptional gray, but it's something cool to find in its own right. This is what it looks like. Glassy material, byproduct. So I just took these down by the Codorus Creek to give them a quick washing because they were pretty muddy and covered with dirt. But I found these just at this embankment right ahead. So you see where the trail goes up. The slag was dumped here in what are called slag piles. But this one I came across unintentionally just as I was walking down this trail. So right here at this embankment seems to be at least one of the slag dumps. And I'll show you where some slag is right here. See that? So if you're so inclined, you can try to dig some of this out of the dirt. But it's something I like to keep a lookout for because some of it can be quite beautiful. And I think people even make art and jewelry and whatnot out of the slag glass. But there we are, the slag. Off to the right of Furnace Road, as it makes a sharp bend just south of Codorus Furnace, we took a trail, and this is what we found. Look at this stone structure. Now obviously the wood frame in that window would not have been original to the time of the furnace, but I really wonder what this would have been. Love the beautiful arch. Let's get a close-up of that. Yeah, there's some wood up around there, so whatever this was used for was used well beyond the life of the furnace. Let's go up around the other side and see if we can find a way in. Oh, okay, well that's not going to be a problem. This whole wall is knocked out. Looks to be a path in. Oh, look at this. There's some old metal wheels. That looks like a piece of farm equipment. Let's take a walk through here. Here's the foundation. Actually, yeah, there's a stone wall right here. And then here's the main wall of the structure. I wonder what that would have been. We'll go underneath this dead sycamore branch. Oh, there's another window. So we're inside the structure now. We'll go out that window. Here's some clay pipe. Interesting. Here's inside of the structure. Looks to be a brick something, a chimney maybe in the corner. Anyway, let's go through here. Now we're on the outside of the structure. And if I turn around, you can see another wall right there. And up there, that building up on the hill, that is the Ironmaster's mansion. It was actually on the market, I think about 2 years ago. I remember going on Zillow or Realtor.com, and it was for sale. I forget how much it sold for, but it was cool because you could see some pictures of the interior. But let me tell you, it was in a pretty rough shape. Definitely a fixer-upper. We'll go through this window. Here's some metal pipe with rivets, some metal plate, a post, and it looks like this was indeed a chimney. Very cool. And yeah, here you can see through that terrible Japanese knotweed, the Ironmaster's mansion. But let's go back out this window and see what's on the other side. Being careful to not fall off of any of these logs. Also being careful of the omnipresent, seemingly, poison ivy. Pretty weedy through this section. But as long as it's not poison ivy or thorns, I'm okay with that. A little hole back here in the wall immediately behind the chimney. Let's crawl through some of this Japanese knotweed. Okay, here's the inside. That's where we first came in, the arch we first saw. Let me see if I get a better picture. There's the arch we first saw, and over there's the way we came in, Ironmaster's mansion. Some old bricks, some other old, I don't know, metal something coming out of a post. Some poison ivy vine growing up the side of the wall. Keep our distance. Massive mound of Japanese knotweed, but wow, look at the sunlight through those golden sycamore leaves. Anyway, here's another window. And here we are back where we started. So it looks like there is, I don't know if I call it a trail. Well, I wouldn't call it a trail, but there is a way you can make your way around the perimeter of the structure. And here's Codorus Furnace, a remnant and monument to the proud Pennsylvania iron-making heritage. I've seen many iron furnaces, none quite like this one, a unique specimen. Also, when you visit here, please be sure to check out this really excellent information sign that talks about the history and the operation of the furnace. Thanks for joining us on another pre-industrial history adventure at Hemlock State Explorer. Please like, subscribe, and share, and check out all of our adventures at hemlockstateexplorer.com.